everyone, and welcome to February's TBR Assemble. If you don't know what TBR Assemble is, I will leave a link up above to my original video where I do the full explanation, but it is essentially my Marvel-based TBR game. I don't have any readathons or anything else I'm doing this month, so let's just get right into the roles and what I'm reading. So today we're going to be using a America Chavez as a counter just because I haven't used her in a while, and we're going to start at 15, which is where we were last time. Let's go roll number 1, which is a 2. So going 1, 2, fanfiction, perfect start. Roll number 2 is a 3, so we go 1, 2, 3. Own voices. Let's have a look what this is going to give me. Right, that is a terrible fan, but never mind. And I'm going to go to this one because it's calling to me. Scarlet Scarab, a red cover. I can definitely come up with something for that. My first prompt was Scarlet Scarab, which is to read an Own Voices book with a red cover, so I'm going for To Shape a Dragon's Breath. This one, if I remember rightly, is obviously about dragons, but I think there's a magical school element to it as well. I think there's also discussions in here about colonisation and things like this, if I remember correctly. All I know about this one specifically, though, is that I bought it ages ago because I saw so many people really hyping it up and saying it was absolutely incredible, and I just haven't read it yet, and I really want to, so that is what I'm going to be doing this month, and I am so excited to finally be reading this one. Roll number 3 is a 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is another Own Voices. Okay then, can never have enough Own Voices going, and I'm gonna go this one here, Jimmy Woo, an Asian author or main character. I can definitely work out something for that as well. Next up was another Own Voices prompt, and this one was Jimmy Woo, which is to read an Asian author or main character. So I'm going for His Mortal Demise by Vanessa Lee, which is the sequel to The Last Blood Carver, which I've been meaning to read for is actually a year by the time this video comes out, or when this book is getting read anyway. I've literally owned this one for the last year, ever since it came out. I put it on pre-order, got it through, and then did not read it, despite the fact that the last book ended on a massive cliffhanger, and now I'm finally going to be reading it a year late, but better late than never. I'm still really excited about this one. I love the world of this one. I love the slightly more morally grey dark turn this had to it, and I am so excited to finally round out this duology. Roll number 4 is a 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is retellings. So that started out as a terrible fan. Let's try that again. I always have trouble fanning these out, and it's just because there's so many cards now. Right, I'm going to go for this one here. Captain Carter, a female-led retelling. I'm going to have a think on that one. My next prompt was Captain Carter, which is to read a female-led retelling, so I'm going for The Serpent's Secret, Kiran Mala and the Kingdom Beyond, and this is by Sayatani Dasgupta. I apologise right now if I have mispronounced that name. And this book is all about Kiran Mala, who is an interdimensional demon slayer. She just doesn't know it yet. I've heard amazing things about this one as well. It is based on folk stories and children's tales from West Bengal, and that is all I really know about this one, but I've heard amazing things about it anyway. I've been wanting to read it for about 3 years now, so I'm finally going to be reading it. Roll number 5 is a 1, so we go over 1. That is another Own Voices. Really going to be hammering the Own Voices this month, and I am excited for that, to say the least. And I'm going to go for this one here, Mel from the priority list. Absolutely perfect. My next prompt was another Own Voices book, and that is Mel Gold, which is to read a book from the priority list. So I'm going for Pocket Apocalypse, which is the 4th book in the Shauna Maguire Encrypted series, which is a series about the Price family, who are essentially cryptozoologists if cryptozoologists were the Addams family. And that is basically the only real explanation I can have for this series as a whole, because that is exactly what it feels like to me. It is bonkers but brilliantly done. I love the stories in this. I love the Price family in this, and finding out more about them and the absolutely bonkers things they get up to. I love as well the world of this. I love finding out more about the cryptids. I am currently about a quarter of the way through book 3 at the moment of time of filming, and I'm really loving it, so I cannot wait to continue on with this series and find out more about Alexander. And then my final roll, please give me something, maybe a fantasy, maybe a comic. Come on. 4. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 comic. Absolute perfection. Come on. Let's see what this is going to give me. That is a terrible fan, but never mind. Mark Spector, a warrior character. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm reading for that. And then my final prompt was Mark Spector, which is to read a comic with a warrior character, and so I've gone for Berserker Volume 2 by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kindt, because the main character in here is exactly a warrior character. If anything, he is the definition of a warrior character, and I absolutely love it. This one is following a guy who is essentially centuries old. He cannot remember why he came into being. He cannot remember anything about his life, really. And now he's working for the government in exchange for them working out who he is, what he is, and if he can ever die. I love the first volume so much. I bought this one literally like 2 days ago, I think it was, in a matter of perfect timing, and now I cannot wait to continue on with this series. And then outside of those books, I also want to be reading the next one in the Wayward Children series, which is also coming out this month. This book is by Shauna Maguire again, and it's called Through Gates of Garnet and Gold. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know anything about what this one's about, further than the fact there is another one in the Wayward Children series, which is a series of portal fantasy novellas. I don't really want to know what this one's about. I just want to go into it and have a good time like I usually do. So I'm going to be reading that one as soon as it drops through my door. And then in terms of what I'm going to be reading for an audiobook, I'm not entirely sure yet, because I don't have that much time in February to read audiobooks or read in general, to be perfectly honest with you, hence why this TBR is so short. And also I don't currently know if I'm going to have finished my previous audiobook either, of Human Rights by Juno Dawson, so I may be bringing that over into February as well. I'm not entirely sure yet. If I have finished that in time for February though, I'm thinking either another Murderbot book by Martha Wells, because I'm loving the series so much. I've been rereading it recently, so I may actually just reread a few more or go on to the next one. I'm not entirely sure yet. Or I may go for the Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Djeli Clark. I'm not entirely sure yet. I will see what I feel like when it gets to February, and also how much time I've got to actually listen to audiobooks. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm going to be picking that in February when I see how much time I've got, if I need to finish off a previous audiobook and everything else. And this is my February TBR, and I'm pretty happy with it because I've got a little bit of Shauna Maguire in there. I've also got some middle grade, I've also got some morally grey fantasy, and then also some nice comic books as well, or at least one fun comic book. So there's a nice kind of mix in here. It feels quite nice, it feels quite attainable, and it feels like an easy ride for me this month, which is something I am definitely going to be needing. And that is the end of my February TBR, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me a book you are really excited to read it in February, I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a book stack emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!